Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamualaikum to all students. Our topic today 3.6 Applications of Equations. For your information, our question in this topic will be in application problem where we have few steps to solve the equation. Step number 1, you have to read and understand the question. Number 2, pick the variable to represent the quantity to be found. Pick the variable means that you can choose either x or y to represent the quantity that you want to find. Other than x or y, you can use any letters. And then number 3, form an equation. Number 4, solve the equation. Lastly, check the answer. Example 1, 3 times a number is 8 less than 5 times that number. Find the number. Hint, let x be the number. So now if you read the question, you have to use a proper variable. So now we will use x, for the number. For the question, we know that this is 3 times a number. Times, you can just replace it with operation, multiply operation. A number, this is x, is, normally we put as equal sign, and then less than, this is subtraction, minus 5 times, meaning that 5x. 3 times, meaning that 3x. So now we put into mathematical form. So the solution is 3x. 3x is 3 times the number 3x equal 8 less than 5, meaning that 5x minus 8. Alright, so now solve one by one. So bring x to the left side. We get here 3x minus 5x equal to negative 8. 3 minus 5 got negative 2x equal to negative 8. X equal to negative 8 divided by negative 2. We have here equal to 4. So you have to check when x equal to 4. Substitute into the original equations. So now we know that when we have the equal value for the left and right hand side, so means that the x equal to 4 is the true value. So this is example 1. Example 2. We have here Jafar has RM 500 to invest in 2 investment plans. He invests RM 300 at 9% dividend rate. At what rate he must invest the remaining 200 ringgit if he wishes to have a total yearly dividend of RM 47 from the 2 investments? Let x be the dividend rate for the second investment. So now we want to find the rate of the second investment. So we take out all the information given. So now if you this is Jafar. Jafar wants to invest his money in 2 investment plan. We have here A and B. For the first investment, he invests RM 300 at 9% dividend rate. For the remaining RM 200, he invests now for the X rate. Next, from these 2 investment, he wishes to get RM 47 at the end of the year. So now you have to find what is the value of x. Firstly, we put all the information into the mathematical form. So we know that 3x multiplied by 9% plus 300 multiplied 9% plus 200 multiplied by x, x percent equal to 47. We know that this is investment A plus investment B, and then makes the total 47. So when you press your calculator, for 9%, you press your calculator, you'll get 0.09 plus 200x equal to 47. So 300 multiplied by 0.09, you get 27 plus 200x equal to 47. 200x equal to 47 minus 27. 200x equal to 20. X equal to 20 divided by 200. And makes the total 0.1. Okay, so 0.1. Okay, to change this one into percentage form, you have to multiply by 100. So we get here 10%. So we know that from the second investment, the rate for second investment is 10%. Okay, this is second part for the topic 3.6, linear demand and supply equations. Okay, basically we have here these two equation, demand and supply, is from the straight line equation, or we call it as linear equation. If you still remember, okay, this is the general form of linear equation, y equal to mx plus c. Okay, so we know that what is m? M is the slope, and then c is the y intercept. Okay, so here we have a graph. Okay, the graph shown here is between, okay, the straight line between 2 points. Okay, points P1 and also, okay, P1 and also P2. P1, the coordinate is x1, y1, P2, x2, y2, and this is line A. Okay, to find the equation of the straight line, you have to find, okay, this is the first step where we have here, okay, the formula of slope. Slope here is m equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, so once you find the slope, and then you have to form an equation. Okay, two methods can be used now. Okay, the first one, you can use y minus y1 equal to m in bracket x minus x1, or the other one, y equal to mx plus c, which me myself prefer to use this one, the second method. Okay, to form an equation, the first step, if you're using this one, you have to find, okay, first you have to find m, means the slope. Okay, second you have to find c, the y-intercept. Okay, once you get these two value, just substitute m and c, m and c into y equal to mx plus c. Okay, and then you will get the equation for the straight line. Alright. Okay, this is how to find, to form an equation. And then second one, how can we sketch the graph? Okay, to sketch the graph of the linear equation, you can use plotting method. Point number 3, the intersection point of two straight lines. Okay, here I have a graph where the graph, basically we have x-axis and also y-axis, and here we have two straight lines in the same graph, where s, okay, y1 equal to mx1 plus b1. Okay, this is s. S normally, okay, we use, means that supply equation, and d is the demand, demand equation. So demand equation is y2 equal to mx2 plus b2. Okay, so to find, okay, when the line intersect, so we know here this is the intersection point. Let's say P, okay, P, X, Y, the coordinate of X and Y. So to find the point of intersection P, X, Y in the equation, you have to solve the equation, okay, these two equations simultaneously. Meaning that when here we have S and D, so we have to make sure that we have to write, okay, S equal to D, meaning that Y1 equal to Y2, and then we just take, okay, this one, the value, okay, after the equal sign, meaning that m1x1 plus b1 equal to m2x plus b2, and then if you do this method, you will get the x value. Okay, first. Second, you will get, okay, once you substitute the x value that we get, okay, you have to substitute into any equation. You can choose either S or demand equation, okay, so that later you'll get, when you solve it, you get later on the variable of y, okay. So this is how we find the intersection point. Okay, this is point number 4, demand and supply equations and market equilibrium. Okay, you have, okay, for this part you have to understand the concept, okay, for these three terms. Okay, we begin with the demand equation. Demand equation expresses the relationship between the unit price and the quantity demanded. Okay, so to show this, okay, now we have here graph. Okay, no, basically graph is between x and y, right? So you have to know when we have a concept demand equation, okay, for the y axis, okay, this is the location for the price. And for the quantity is at x-axis. And normally, graph for the demand equation will be decreasing graph. Okay, so okay, we start with point number 2, supply equation. Supply equation expresses the relationship between the unit price and the quantity supply. Okay, just now quantity demanded and now quantity supply. So for the graph supply equation, we have increasing graph. Okay, and point number 3, market equilibrium is a situation when the quantity produced is equal to the quantity demanded, meaning that the quantity supplied is equal to the quantity demanded. And in the graph below, this is the point where we call it as market equilibrium, where we have an intersection point, name it as P, X and Y, where we know that the quantity produced at the market equilibrium is called as equilibrium quantity. Okay, for the X is the equilibrium quantity, and the price is called as equilibrium price. Okay, to find this coordinate, you have to apply the simultaneous equation. So means that S equal to D. Later you'll get the point of market equilibrium. Number 3, quantity demanded of a certain brand microwave oven is 3,000 per week when the unit price is Rm 485. When the price decreases to Rm 465, the quantity demanded increases to 3,250. Quantity supply equation is given as P equal to 0.09 Q plus 300, where P and Q represent the price per unit and quantity of microwave ovens respectively. The demand supply equations are known to be linear. Number 1, okay, question number 1, find the demand equation. Okay, the question asks you to find the demand equation, means that you have to remember that we have to apply the formula y equal to mx plus c. Okay, to solve this, firstly you have to find the value of m. Second one, find the y-intercept. Okay, c. Okay, find m, c, and then you have to substitute these two values m and c into y equal to mx plus c. Okay, firstly, to find the slope, you have to know that we have two coordinates. Okay, 2 points. Okay, let's say now we have here point A. Point A, the coordinate is, okay, the quantity 3,000 and the price will be 485. When the second coordinate we have here 3,250 and the price is 465. Okay, to find the slope, m is equal to, remember the formula, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, substitute. Okay, you can choose either one, will be the y and y1 and y2. So now I have here, okay, this is as my y1, either one, so I start with here. So y2 will be 485 minus y1 465 divided by 3,000 minus 3,250. Okay, when you press your calculator, you'll get the value Okay, 20 divide by negative 250. Okay, when you press this one, you will get negative 0.08. Okay, this is the slope. Okay, now how can we find C? Okay, C, to find C, you have to substitute all the value into for equation. Okay, y equal to ms plus c. Y, you can take any of this. Okay, for example, now madam take this one. Okay, to replace the value of x and y. Okay, so now y is 485 equal to m, we have negative 0.08, and x, okay, x here is 3000 plus c. Okay, so when you press your calculator, 485 equal to negative 250 plus c. Therefore, c, you can, the value of c, 485 plus 240, 725. Okay, so to form an equation, just substitute the values for m here. We have 0.08 and c 725 into the general formula, where I have here y, but okay, we cannot use y. Okay, replace y with price p equal to m 0.08, and our x is the quantity. Now we have to use q plus 725. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, for number 2, question number 2, find the equilibrium price and quantity, meaning that you have to find the coordinate. Okay, for example, we have here p, x, y, or not x, basically this is p, q, p. Alright, so we know that this is the intersection point between S and D. Okay, to find the point, equilibrium price and quantity, you have to substitute. Okay, this is what we call simultaneous equation, where we have here S. Okay, our S is P here. In the equation, P equal to 0.09 Q plus 300 equal to, okay, the demand equation that we get just now, negative 0.08 Q plus 725. Okay, to solve this, you have to bring Q to the left side, so we get here 0.09 Q plus 0.08 Q equal to 725 minus 300. Okay, when we add these two values, we get 0.17 Q equal to 425. Okay, to find the value of Q, we just divide. We get 2500, where we know that Q is the quantity. Okay, this is the value for equilibrium quantity. Okay, how can we find the price, equilibrium price? So we have to substitute the value into any equation, either S or Y. So now I choose S. Okay, so S, we know that P equal to 0.09 Q plus 300. So therefore, to find P, 0.09, Q is equal to the value just now that we get here, 2500. Oops, sorry. Plus 300. So we get 525. Okay. Okay, this is how we solve for the equilibrium price and quantity. Okay, to put this into coordinate, so we have here the coordinate, let's say P, quantity 2,500 and this one 525. Okay. Okay, this is question number 3. If RM 10 ringgit per unit of tax is imposed by government on supplier, find the new equilibrium point. Okay, so now imagine, this is supplier and this is the government. So supplier need to pay extra RM ringgit because of the supplier need to pay tax, right? So now we have supply equation, where from supply equation you have to form a new supply equation where the new one you have to add 10 ringgit. Okay, so this is S prime equal to 0.09 Q plus 300 plus 10, we have 310. Okay, to find the new equilibrium point, so we have to apply simultaneous equation. Okay, the new S equal to the demand equation, negative 0.08 plus 725. Okay, so bring Q to the left side, we get here 0.09 plus 0.08, we get 0.17 Q equal to 725 minus 310, we get here 415. So Q equal to 415 divided by 0.17, the value is 2441.12. Alright, so because of Q is the quantity, so you have to round off. Okay, because of this is quantity must be no decimal for the quantity, so this one will be 2441. Okay, so to find the price, okay, equilibrium price, you have to substitute the Q value into any equation, either S or D. Okay, demand equation. So now madam choose new supply equation. So to find the P, okay, S prime equal to P, right? Okay, P is the equilibrium point, equal to 0.09 Q plus 310. Substitute Q is 2441 plus 310, so we get plus 310, the value is 429.69. Okay, so we know that the Q means the equilibrium quantity, and for price, this is the therefore, okay, for the equilibrium point we have is 2441.529.69. Okay, if they ask you point, meaning that you have to give in a coordinate form. Alright, okay, this is question number 3. Question number 4, sketch the demand line. Okay, sketch means that you have to draw a graph. Okay, demand line, the old and new supply line in one graph, also on the same graph indicate the old and new equilibrium point. Okay, now I have 3 equations. Okay, for the supply you have 2 because of the old and new supply equation, and the last one is demand equation. Okay, tips. I will share with you some tips to sketch the graph. Okay, firstly, we start with the graph itself. Okay, first you have to label the axis correctly. So we start with the y-axis. So y-axis you have to label it as price, and then for the x-axis, this is the quantity. Okay, so now the second step, you have to observe the y-intercept for each, okay, for each equation. So now we have 3, okay, y-intercept. So start with the highest, 7 to 5, and then we have here 310 and 300. Okay, so now for the S, old supply and the new supply, okay, the slope is the same, right, for these two. So meaning that this is where we know that this is the increasing graph because of this is positive, okay, the slope is positive, so means that the graph will be increasing, and then this one will be goes up for these two, okay. And then for the demand equation, we know that the graph is negative, okay, the slope is negative, so therefore the graph is decreasing. Okay, this is line for the demand. Oops, sorry. Okay, so don't forget to label, okay, for each line. So we know that 310 is, this is the new supply equation, this is the old, and then for the red line, this is the demand. And then you have to indicate, okay, which one, okay, the old and new equilibrium point. Okay, to label this is the new, okay, new equilibrium point, and then this is, okay, the old equilibrium point. Alright, okay, this is how we sketch the graph. I hope you understand. Okay, this is last topic in 3.6, okay, cost, revenue, profit functions, and break-even analysis. Okay, now I give you one situation where Ali is the owner of the Ali Burger stall. Alright, so now if you can see here, Ali is selling a burger. Now we are trying to relate the situation with the formula we have here, cost, revenue, and profit. Okay, to calculate cost, you have to understand that when we open the business, we must have, okay, these two, which we call variable cost and also fixed cost. Okay, what are the example for the variable cost? Variable cost example for the raw materials. Okay, for example, now Ali jual burger, so the material, okay, that he needs, for example, roti, burger, and then we have patty, okay, beef and chicken patty, and also the veggie. Okay, that one considered as raw material, and same goes to the packaging. Okay, variable means that the cost that will be changing, okay, every time, not macam tak sama lah. Untuk hari ni maybe customer dia 100 orang, itu adalah cost dia, and then esok maybe ada 50 orang, and then we know that the cost keep on changing. That's why we call it as variable cost. And I'm sorry because of madam bukan dalam field ni, just ni yang madam tahu je lah, knowledge about the business. Okay, and utility sama juga, this one dia falls under variable cost, sebab utility ni yang berubah. Contohnya apa yang kita pakai hari tu, okay, contohnya water and electricity bill and etc. Okay, ni madam relate dengan burger stall Ali tu je lah. And then now we have fixed cost. Fixed cost ni contoh kalaupun dia tak untung ke, hari tu hujan ke, tiba-tiba kena PKP ke apa, okay, fixed cost ni maksudnya apa yang dia wajib kena bayar setiap bulan. So now kita kena bayar, contohnya Ali ni kena bayar rent, okay, rent, sewa tapak, and then salary untuk dia punya staff kalau dia ada hire staff, and then tax dan etc. lah. Okay, salary ni depends lah. Contohnya kalau tiba-tiba PKP lama sangat dia tak dapat bayar, itu depends on the situation. Okay, tapi semua ni falls under yang fix, yang wajib bayar setiap bulan. Okay, so now we have here formula untuk cost. Mesti relate balik. Okay, formula cost is CX equal to CX plus F. Okay, apa dia small c ni? Small c ni adalah variable cost. Okay, this is variable cost. And X, what is X? X is the quantity yang dia jual, and then F is the fixed cost. Okay, so you have to remember that formula cost CX plus F. Don't worry sebab biasanya dalam soalan dia akan bagi apa dia variable cost, apa dia punya fixed cost. So, may repeat, formula dia adalah CX plus F. Alright, and second one, revenue, RX, okay, denoted as R, X equal to S is the selling price, okay, harga jualan. X sama juga macam tadi quantity. Okay, contohnya nak kira hasil jualan hari tu, Ali dia kena darab lah. Contohnya ada customer dia beli, ada 100 customer hari tu. Okay, darabkan dengan selling price dia. Contohnya dia jual burger hari tu RM5. Okay, so selling price dia adalah sebanyak hari tu dia untung RM500 lah. Okay, RM500. Ini kita kira harga jualan. Okay, nak kira profit, so to calculate profit, the formula is, okay, revenue yang tadi, okay, revenue which is, for example here we have 500 minus with the cost. Okay, cost yang kita kira tadi, variable cost dengan fixed cost. Alright, so I hope you understand this part. Okay, this is point number 4, break-even analysis. Okay, break-even level of operation is when the company does not earn any profit or at the same time no loss. Okay, but from the formula itself, for the profit we have R minus C equal to 0. So why 0? Because of the seller, okay, doesn't earn any profit, and let's say the value, if we deduct the cost, we get the positive, means that this is, we call it as profit lah. Okay, let's say we get negative value, this is loss. Okay, why 0? Because of the seller doesn't earn any profit, at the same time no loss. Okay, now the formula is R minus C equal to 0. Okay, for the break even, it's easier to remember. Okay, where C we bring it to the right side, it become Rx minus C. Rx equal to C. Okay, now I'll show you the graph. Okay, the location for the R line and C line. Okay, this one for the R we have black line, and the cost we have the blue line, where the position for the intersection point, the break even. Okay, the break even point is here. Okay, this is the break even point, where to find the point you have to use this formula, Rx equal to Cx. Okay, so this is a point for the X for the quantity, this one point for the price, Y. Okay, and I want to show with you where the area, okay, where the seller loss. Okay, this is loss area, and the other one, this is where the seller earn profit in the graph. Okay, example 4, you can refer your book page 320. Okay, now question is, okay, Ahmad company's fixed costs are estimated to be RM30,000 and production cost per unit is RM20. Then Ahmad sells a single product at a price of RM30 per unit. Assuming the cost, revenue and profit functions are linear, then determine the cost, revenue and profit functions of the company. Okay, if you can see here the word of production cost, okay, this one also known as variable cost. Okay, okay, to find the answer for number 1, cost is Cx. Cost means Cx equal to, the formula is Cx plus F. Remember, C is the variable cost. Okay, variable cost in the question here is 20 per unit, multiplied by the quantity plus fixed cost we have here 30,000. Okay, this is the function for the cost. And second one is the revenue. Okay, denoted as Rx. The formula is S multiply X. S is the selling price, as stated in the question is 30. Okay, when Ahmad sell a single product at the price of RM30 per unit, multiply by X. And to find the profit, remember profit is P X equal to revenue minus cost. So revenue here is 30x minus with the cost we have. Okay, don't forget to put bracket, because of here we have two terms, 20x plus 30. Okay, when you expand this one, you get minus 20x minus 30,000. So 30 minus 20, we have 10x minus 30,000. Okay, this is how we solve the question number 1. Okay, question number 2, compute the break-even point. You have to remember, okay, the formula for the break-even, just now we have Rx equal to Cx. Okay, this is also known as the intersection point between two lines. Okay, to solve this, you have to substitute the function for the R. Just now we get 30x. And then for the C, okay, C equal to 20x plus 30,000. Okay, so 30x minus 20, 30 minus 20x equal to 10 equal to, okay, 10x equal to 30, therefore x equal to 30,000 divided by 10, we have here 3,000 quantity. Okay, to find the other one, okay, okay, to find the other point, okay, this is actually quantity. Okay, to find price, you can either put in this x in this equation function, or this one. Okay, make them choose Rx. Okay, to find the price, Rx equal to 30x, right? So just now, now we replace x with 3,000. The value will be 90,000. Alright, this is okay, break even point. Meaning that 33,000 and 90,000. Okay, therefore this is the value for the break even. And okay, sekarang ni Maida saja nak test. Contohlah, kalau Maida masukkan 3,000 ni dekat dalam ni, dapat tak jawapan yang sama dengan tadi? So kita just substitute lah. 20x 20 multiply dengan 3,000 plus 30,000. Okay, so we know that when 20 multiplied by 3,000, so we get here 6,000, right? 60,000. So jawapan ni sama juga. Okay, dapatlah untuk value untuk price. This is actually untuk price. Okay, so I hope you understand. This is how to calculate to find the break-even point. Okay, question number 3. Find the company's profit at a level of 4,000 units. So now we have a profit function. Okay, substitute the value of x into the function. Okay, replace x with the value of 4,000. We get here 10 multiply 4,000 minus 30,000. Okay, and then 40,000 minus 30,000. So the profit company earned is RM 10,000 when the company produced 4,000 unit. Okay, for the profit function, I get here from the question number 1 we discussed just now. Okay, profit is, okay, 10x minus 30,000. Okay, question number 4. On the same graph, sketch the graph of the cost and revenue function. Also show the break-even point and shape the profit and loss area. So now I already write here the cost, revenue and profit function. Okay, to sketch the graph, we need here, you have to label correctly for the x and y axis, and then we start with the y-intercept. Okay, the question asks you cost and revenue only. So we observe the y-intercept and no y-intercept for the revenue. So to sketch the graph, we start with the revenue because of this is the easiest one. Okay, when no y-intercept, so means that the line will touch the origin. Okay, this is the revenue graph. And then how about the cost? Cost, we have here the y-intercept 30,000. So we imagine that the graph will be like this. Okay, tak accurate sangat. Oops, sorry. Okay, macam ni. Okay, this one will be the cost CX. Okay, where is the break-even point? Break-even is the intersection point between these two lines. Okay, this is the break-even. Okay, dalam exam nanti kena label lah. Kalau tak label nanti kena tolak markah. Okay, so area mana satu yang profit dengan loss area? So we have to know that the profit area, this is not profit, this is the loss area, where the area is less than the intersection point we get just now. And then this is the area where the company earn profit. Okay, alright, so we already sketched the cost and revenue graph, and then we already show the break-even point and shape the profit and loss. Okay, this is a complete 1. Alright, I hope you understand. Thank you.